Honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us the truth. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect Akim out there spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. Wherever you may be, lifting up the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, sincerity and truth. Shalom to the very, 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 very few sisters that do listen up as well. We the brothers from the brunch of Great Millstone Chicago camp, basically coming out here, prophesying the downfall of this present evil world once again, as the scriptures teach us to do. So whatever you brothers got, because I'm really thirsty about the January 1st shit, but the Spirit gonna lead it wherever it leads.
This is the book of Isaiah 55 and 6. It says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Verse 7 says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him.
Well, that's leading up to it anyway, man. Hey, the destruction that's about to come, man. Hey, man, it's about to be sedition amongst men. That's going to go into the second Exodus. And these people about to be invading each other, man. It's about to be all type of chaos out here that's about to come. We was actually going into that at Cameroon, you know, with Midian.
It says that he will have mercy upon him, and to our Lord, or to our power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, for he will abundantly pardon. Right, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, because what? These are the last few moments until the doors of mercy are closing. Right. You know? You're not going to be able to find them. You ain't going to be able to find the prophets out here. Amos 8 and 11, you know, the word is not going to be.
Let's bring it up.
This Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh power, thou wilt send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh.
So you ain't gonna hear the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. It's about to be chaos out here, man. Y'all should have had a chance to get it while you had the chance. Like the brother says, seek the Lord while you may be found. It says, hey, somebody get the green tree. If it was out, this is happening in the green tree, what would it be when it's on trial? So, hey, man, you people ain't listening now, and you still got a chance to get mercy. The Lord about to end up destroying you people, man, because you ain't taking heed to the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right. This is Luke 23 and 31. For if they do these things in the green tree, what shall be done in the dry?
Exactly, man. So y'all doing this in the green tree, man. It's still a chance to wake up. But hey, that's about to be closed out, man. Ain't gonna be no more mercy. Ain't gonna be no more holding their hand out to you people. Because you should have listened. You should have got right with the Lord, man. All type of stuff about to turn up. Hey, this was the year Yahweh Shem Yahushua turning up.
That's right.
And he's turning up, man. Everything about to go digital. The MOTB is about to be in place down here.
Straight chaos.
Hey, man, it's about to be chaos. You people should have been listening to the Heavenly Father while you had a chance, man. Warning the people.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he talked about the green tree. We were talking about that trucking issue out in California, because we got to pray. I know that Yahweh Shem Yahushua got our brothers out there. All right? Let this madness go by. I hope it's Amalek. But, I believe that Yahweh Shem Yahushua gonna cover the brothers out there. But California is about to, we thought this thing in January, California, between Illinois and California, I don't know who's gonna be in worse condition. But that thing when they were talking about the 70, they made a law where you couldn't be an independent trucker anymore. All right, you have basically, if you were an independent trucker, you had to go and get hot. So if I owned a truck, and some guys that own the trucks end up owning 2 or 3 trucks, and then they rent their truck out to other drivers. You understand what I'm saying? Or they start a small little trucking company. But nevertheless, you can't be an independent truck driver. You can't be an independent operator anymore. You have to get with a big company. So you know what all the truckers, so 70,000 truckers, because that law is going into effect next week. So the truckers all vowed that they're gonna all take their trucks and leave the states. So they go into the states, they go into Nevada, basically California's getting ready to get no deliveries of food. All right, starting next week. So we told you that things were gonna start happening in September. I said halfway through September, a lot of things were gonna start happening. All right, so we're halfway through September and a lot of shit is happening. Turkey and Greece is pew pew pewing at each other. Pew 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 pew. Yeah, right now as we speak. All right.
Right, the little kid.
Yeah, they at it, man. They firing at each other. It's actually videos of they ships firing on each other in open sea. What do you call it when it's open? What's the word I'm looking for? In international waters. They're international waters going at each other, not like within the Turkey's waters or within Greece's waters. They're going at it in international waters. So what that's doing is that's creating a rift in NATO. NATO, we've been telling you that NATO is breaking up.
That's right.
NATO is breaking up. So guess what that means? Yeah, that's the 10 toes. So it's all happening, man. It's all happening. So you brothers got it. I just wanted to bring that out.
Hey, somebody real quick.
Matter of fact, get Habakkuk real quick.
Stand up on my watch.
I got Habakkuk.
Go ahead, brother.
It's Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
All right. So, hey, the prophecies are speaking, man. They're not tarrying anymore. All right? They're not tarrying. It seems like we've been out here a lifetime preaching this gospel, man. And if it feels like that to me, what does it feel like to the apostles and elders, man? Right. You know? What does it feel like to them? Okay, but guess what? We have been doing this for a lifetime. Every lifetime we were here.
That's right.
All right? Every time, look, you fall back into your lot every time, man. All right, so every time we were here, we were those few people, those few individuals that was pointing out wickedness.
The remnant.
And complaining against wickedness, man.
Isaiah say the remnant shall return.
That's right.
And that's every lot. That's why Yahweh Shah said exactly what he said in Revelations, what's that, 22 and about 10? Go on down, let the righteous be righteous still, the unjust be unjust still, the unholy be unholy still. Because these pieces of shit niggards that's out here, they be doing the same bullshit, ratting on us, selling us out to the white man, getting our foots cut off. Mataj, you got that Jeremiah?
Yeah, I got it.
I hope so.
Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
And that's going back into what the Elder Malcolm just said. You know, every lifetime that the real prophets was down here, the hopeful elect was down here, this is what they was doing, man. And they always had some fear. Yeah, that was a good one. Towards Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know, even in the times when this was taken away from us, you still had men like Nat Turner, who opened up the scriptures, read it, and got it, and many more. You know, but it wasn't our time to come back into power. Now it's our time to come back into power because the prophecies are pushing. The MOTB is here, all right, which is the last stage to shut Esau down, man, and for the Lord to come back and destroy this place. These damn crackers over here in Great Britain talking about some fucking Prince Charles. What's that nigga named Charles?
He's supposed to be a king now.
Punk. Yeah, he is. That's what I'm saying. I did a lesson about it yesterday.
He's the king of absolutely nothing.
The king of Drillicone, the king of drinking fucking baby blood, man. Yahweh Shai is gonna come back and put his fucking foot in your ass. He said he coming back for many crowns. Him that sat on the white horse. Somebody get that. Read what you had, Kanas. I see you hold something before Matthias Nazariah. Go ahead.
This is Psalms 91:7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000.
You start at one.
God. This Psalms 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Because no matter how mighty you is, no matter how much you know, how much you got, or who you know, this is the only thing that's going to save you right here. The same thing that brought you in this predicament, which is divine intervention from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Keep reading.
I will say of Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust.
And that's King David. Under Yahweh Shai, that's the mightiest man ever go go into combat with his boots on the ground. Read.
It says, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler,
Which is coming. Go ahead.
and from the noisome pestilence.
Which is coming.
He shall cover thee with his feathers,
Uh-huh.
and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
Wait a minute. That's why the scripture says in Isaiah that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times and the strength of our salvation. That's what's going to get it. That divine intervention and the Lord really being your comfort, man. That's why the Lord has it out for you niggas, man. Any nigga. And that's why you can't get mad. You know, when a wicked ass black woman walk off on you, when your cousin can't get it. You know, no matter what it be, the Lord really has it out for these niggas, man. Go ahead, brother.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day.
Exactly, because there's gonna be a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
This scripture, I always think about that movie with Denzel Washington, the Book of Eli. This is my favorite chapter in the Bible, and it ain't even my favorite book in the Bible, but it's my favorite chapter. Read.
It said, nor
James
for,
is, by the way. Go ahead.
nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
So there you go. We gonna be shielded, Yahweh Ratazah, of the hopeful elect, and that's the only thing that's gonna shield us. But the Lord didn't give you this truth, and you gotta have the faith and the confidence that the Lord, Yahweh Shai, really gave you this truth to be delivered, man.
That's right.
You don't want to be a fallout. You don't want to be a castaway. The scriptures say, whatever thou findest thy hand to do, do it with all thy might. Go ahead, brother.
No, it's saying the scriptures. The Lord has basically he made a purpose for us to be delivered. I believe it's roughly paraphrasing. I have grab it real quick.
It's horribly paraphrased.
First Thessalonians 5 and 9.
Fine.
For the Most High has not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai. So there it is, man. We weren't appointed to wrath. If you're standing up here, boots on the ground, preaching Yahweh Shai, being a true believer, it's because you weren't appointed to wrath. You were appointed for salvation.
That's good.
Like the brother was saying, you got to really believe that,
Hey,
man.
we gotta do it, brother.
First Thessalonians 5 and 9. For the Most High has not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Hamashiach Yahushua. That's it. You gotta believe that. You gotta believe you weren't woken up just to be destroyed. You gotta believe that the Lord brought your goofy ass out here so he can come get you.
It's like that cartoon. You ever remember that cartoon for the 90s, Mighty Max, where he got the hat? After all these years, all this shit was just, you know what I'm saying, destroyed, and he lost all that in his heritage and whatever, and he the one who ended up finding the cap. You gotta be chosen. He had his elder, the little virgin. He had his elder. He had his mighty man. He had the cap, which was like the scriptures. It was Mighty Max. This shit is like just like that. Oh, they hot. See the murder get them fired up. Gotta go.
It's Jeremiah 29 and 10. For thus saith the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you and perform my good word towards you in causing you to return to this place. Because the Lord is waking us up, waking up the dry bones, putting the meat, the flesh, and ultimately the spirit, which is that breath that was given to Adam, back on us. Because we're about to go back home, man.
Right.
It says, verse 11, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end.
Hey, because that's only to the elect.
Yep.
Because the Lord, he also said, don't even pray for 2/3. He said, I have removed my peace, even loving kindness, and mercy away from it, man.
Right.
So this is a blessing. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 12, then shall ye call upon me. Do you know why you woke up in these last days and you calling on his name? Because the Lord put that spirit on you too. Okay? Then shall ye call on me because you're fulfilling prophecy. Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me. Don't you pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushai? It says, and I will hearken unto you, and ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your heart. And I will be found of you, saith the Lord, and I will turn away your captivity. That's what's happening. And I will gather you from all the nations and from all the places whither I have driven you, saith the Lord, and I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive, man. All right? So the Lord is what? He's about to redeem his people, man. The Lord didn't forget his people, man.
And you know, just to land back off what he said, this is also how you know that this is something that's yet to happen.
Right.
Because and that the people in the land are imposters. Because
Cut.
first of all, it tells you in is it in Ezekiel 35 that Idumea basically assigned the land to themselves, roughly paraphrased. All right. But even more so, when Israel goes back home, they're going to put into slavery the people that had them in slavery. All right, and all nations will bend the knee to the new government. All right, because the 12 tribes, when they go back home, all right, the 144,000 will be at the head of that, and they will be the new government, and it's not going to be left to other people, man.
Right.
That hasn't happened. It says that there will be peace on earth and no more wars. Well, then why are all these wars going on, and why are these people not dwelling in peace and safety alone? Why they gotta have military and the Iron Dome and all? Why, as a matter of fact, why are they 40%, 47% the minority in the country that they stole? I mean, where they are.
There goes my channel.
How you they deleted my video for reading the article. Hey, look, I read an article that was put out by the Israeli Times that Mike Dollar sent to me, and it was put out by the Times of Israel about how they 47% the minority in Israel. All I did was read the article, read a couple scriptures. They clipped my channel, clipped my page. I mean, well, you take the whole page down, but it's got I think it's 90 days. That's one of my main channels. I can't do shit on it. But but you know what though, the Lord is cold, because that channel that's one of my bigger channels, and I haven't really been posting videos on it, and it's still getting subscribers. I get the monthly thing. It still gets subscribers, and it's still getting views, because there's so much stuff on there. New people are waking up, and they searching, man. So you can't do nothing against the truth. You can only do it for it, man. But somebody get that Isaiah 14, 1 and 2 bop the shot.
It's been coming out all week.
I got it.
Isaiah 14, chapter 1. Slakia, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
And that's our people who lost their heritage, who didn't know about this Israelite thing.
The Israelite foreigners coming
That's
back.
right.
All right, not just foreigners,
Some
Israelite
gooks,
foreigners.
Some gooks coming up
Right.
with the dog on their breath.
If somebody come up looking like a goop, that's because they're Israelite foreigner. All right, go ahead.
Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh.
So how are you gonna be co-heirs with Israel if you're possessed by Israel?
Come on, man.
Awesome.
And so since the Israelis over there don't possess anyone, well, I guess they do through Social Security numbers and birth certificates, because they are behind that. The elites are anyway. But people aren't really bound down to them like that. Matter of fact, the majority of the world dislikes them.
They just
Other Edomites can't stand them. They just deal with them because they empower. Go ahead.
It says, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So that sounds like somebody being in captivity. That sounds like one nation being subject unto Israel, man. So there's no equality, there's no joint heirs, there's no joint rulership. One nation is going to be completely sovereign and an authority over the rest of the world.
Exactly, and I got something for you. I'm going to read that same scripture, but I'm going to read it from the Oxford Annotated.
Okay.
All right? Let's see what it says. All right? And it reads like this. Let me turn it. Because I tried to look it up online, it wouldn't let me look. All right? But it reads, the Lord will have compassion on Jacob, and will again choose Israel, and will set them in their own land, and the aliens will join them, and will cleave to the house of Jacob, and the peoples will take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel will possess them in the Lord's land as male and female slaves. They will take captives those who were their captors, and rule over those who oppressed them. So it made a point to point out that they would take them male and female slaves of their captives. All right, so we've all seen the images when you look up yoke of iron. You know, when it talks about Israel and thou shalt have a yoke of iron around thy neck. Well, you never see the Silversteins, the Goldsteins, the Oppenheimers, the Steins, the Kleins, you know, the Levies, the Cohens. There's no, hey somebody Google real quick, yokes of iron. Let's see if any Cohens pop up, any Levies.
Long noses,
Right.
looking ugly. Never looking handsome like Murphy.
Yeah, well, I mean, just, you know, you can show it to the camera. Just see it as you scroll through it. Any Steins, Silversteins, Goldsmiths, Goldsteins.
Nope, just see Jake. And then they
Right?
took that.
But you know what though? When you look up who the ship owners were that had all those people with the yokes of iron, guess who owned them? The Goldsmiths, the Goldsteins, the Levies. All right, the Oppenheimers. All right, the Finkelsteins, the Silversmiths, the Steins and the Kleins. They own the ships. All right. Go ahead and bring out that Ezekiel 36 Baba shot.
This is Ezekiel 36. You want it 5?
Baba shot.
This is Ezekiel 36 and 5. It says, therefore thus said Yahweh power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their hearts, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey.
So the Bible prophesied that the Idumeans, the Edomites, the Amalekites, Edom, would appoint the land of Israel, the Holy Land, into their possession. So there it is. Read it again, Baba Shah.
This is Ezekiel 36 and verse 5. Therefore thus said Yahweh power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumeans, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey.
Right, and we are casted out for a prey. We are a prey here in America. All right? In every way imaginable. Okay? Slavery is still legal through this crooked, because I'm not going to call it justice system, through this unrighteous legal system.
You just said we was a prey. I'm gonna read the 4th verse. It said it's the verse before it, because the elder just hit it on the spot. It says, therefore ye mountains of Israel.
Mountains, hold on. All right? The Lord's going to set up Israel, his mountains. Mountains represents government.
Yeah.
All right. So because you got mountains and hills now, big governments and small governments, and the mountain of Israel is going to be the government presiding over all of mankind.
And see, the so-called white man, this devil knows that. That's why when you go to the UN, what do they call their meetings? A summit. A summit is the top of a mountain. They understand the Holy Bible. All right. It says, therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh power. Thus said Yahweh power to the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers, and to the valleys, to the desolate wastes, and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and a derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. Like the elder Malcolm said, man, we are a prey. Said to all the heathen round about. That's why when you go to the so-called Negro community, right, especially, you got Ishmael in the gas station, these fucking dog eaters in the nail shop. All right, you got Elon soft ass in the Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, they building those bro. I was with my OG. She's still with the other people here. Bro, they have department stores for weed now, bigger than Walmart.
Oh yeah,
they got a
oh yeah, they got
This shit is nuts, bro. I'm like, God damn, that's
a warehouse, man.
$1 million stores easy.
Oh, they got them fucking fake. They got the fucking fingernails. They got a whole
It's a warehouse.
Yeah, and it's Moab presiding over that.
Definitely.
Either South Koreans or they Chinese.
Soft
Right?
ass
And
niggas.
when you know the history of Korea, most of the people in South Korea, a lot of them are Chinese, of Chinese descent, and the people in North Korea, a lot of them are of Japanese descent. And the reason I'm telling you that is because of the wars that happened between Ammon and Moab. All right? So the Koreans are very, very mixed up. You know? And so they either, you know, they're kind of mixed. Some of them are Ammon, some of them are Moab. That's, you know, that's another reason why they split like that. Right? Because the Japanese was raping the Koreans in the north, controlling them, and the Chinese were doing it to the south.
Yo. Hey, they should.
I mean, vice versa.
They
I said it
that
wrong,
on,
vice versa.
On It Man. I mean, when they was in, where they was at? They was in China, right? Yeah. But remember the soldiers had walked in and tried to get his woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they was rolling, man.
Yeah, the Japanese were laying a lot of seed in South Korea, and the Chinese were doing it in North Korea.
With them little ass rods.
Right. Right.
Soft ass niggas.
Some need to die.
Right.
Some need to die. Hey, we roast you motherfuckers. Hey, we know that you sit around eating that little dog dick soup, talking about niggas. Fuck, but I don't give a fuck. We gonna roast you.
And the ones that talk the best shit really are niggas.
Yeah, that's the funny part about it.
Yeah, because you can't tell me China Mac ain't no Jake, man.
Oh, you know China Mac and nigga.
That dude is Jake all day long. As a matter of fact, I've been watching that series, Warrior.
Definitely China
and then I'm watching the series, and the series raw as fuck, man. It is. And it's going into a lot of real history. You know, they built these stories around it, which was, and the reason why the stories are so creative is because most of them were written by Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was the one, so when you watching that story, the Warrior, most of them were written by Bruce Lee. He just died before he got a chance to implement them, and his daughter took those writings, and now, because his daughter is one of the main producers on it, Shannon Lee. And there's a Shannon bad as hell too. All right, she been gone, brother. You can forget about her. But and she Jake. But nevertheless, there's a scene in one that I was watching where the dude, this cracker, grabbed grabbed the Chinese dude and told him, because a woman said, unhand him. And his name was Jacob. And so the Irish dude got mad and grabbed and said, his name ain't Jacob. Jacob is in the Bible. And ain't no Chinese niggers in the Bible. And he said, and ain't no China in the Bible. And I was like, wow. And that's, I mean, and you know, and it just, I was like, damn. But it just goes to show you that the Esau, the hatred has for everybody.
Yeah.
He literally called this dude a Chinese nigger. Yeah. And he was mad that his name was Jacob. Oh, we got news for you, devils. Jacob ain't for you, man.
That's right.
All right? Not at all.
Soft ass nigga.
Okay? Yo, you know, because guess what? You're not the Anglo-Saxons.
Nope.
You're not the fucking Irish.
Nope.
You're not the Scots.
Nope.
You're not the Brits.
Nope.
You were not the Vikings.
Nope.
They keep making, it's movie after movie, cartoon after cartoon.
Franks.
They find the blondest dudes and people that they can find to make the Vikings, man. Give them an axe and a sword and call them a berserker. The greatest warriors the world has ever known. You know?
These niggas got a brains with a bald head on the side.
Right.
He ain't no damn white man rolling like that.
That wasn't done with them Grecian ass niggas.
Wicked as hell.
Right.
Talking about Conan when he's rolling up talking about Noah when he was trying to rebuke the Moabite about his God.
Right.
That was some niggas like that.
You know they was niggas. That whole argument, that whole conversation was niggas.
Straight niggas.
If you watch that movie, right.
So he was
Arguing over their false gods. The only thing had to come next was your mama jokes.
Yep.
Right? You know?
My God, it's everlasting sky.
But you know, it's a waste of time. Somebody grab their Why Do the Heathen Rage. I think, is that Psalms 201? 2 and 8, 2 and 1?
Yep. This is Psalms 2 and 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
Right. So, hey, you know, now you know that's an Edomite. Ain't no Moabites that tall, man. His forefather Edomite, man. All right. Yeah, he got confusion of height over there. His right. Probably was some ship captain that took some Moabite chick against her will a couple generations ago. Because that was a lot of that was going on in that show, The Warrior, man. But yeah, but why do these heathen imagine a vain thing, man? All right, you're being exposed, man. Somebody get Isaiah 14. I think it's verse 11. Read that again.
Y'all mean?
Psalms 2 and 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
Go ahead, expound on it, brother.
God, so the heathen are raging. They imagining the vain thing as if they're going to be next in rulership. You know, China.
Especially Moab.
Right.
They
right.
Definitely
Hey,
Moab.
look, hey,
Definitely Moab.
Look, to the president of China, who's definitely Moab, all right? Because we know that a lot of our people are over there mixed among them, all right? But hey, look, y'all get ready to be wash pots, man.
That's right.
Right? Kitchen helpers, all right? Kitchen cleaners, because y'all don't get to cook.
Oh no.
Y'all done with that.
No.
Right.
Shit
But you know,
alive and
I
shit
love,
screaming.
right, it ain't dead yet, man. You know, I happen to love cats and dogs, so they're always gonna be in my dwellings. All right, my cats come up missing, boy, I do in trouble.
Cheat your ass.
My kittens come up missing. I like little kittens, all right, not in a dish.
Right. I can't stand fucking cats, but I ain't never thought about cooking. What the fuck you gonna take a little ass cat and just cook? Like, goddamn, man.
That's why they ain't gonna enter into the congregation. If I can bring this out real quick, this Deuteronomy.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. And see, how does God love everybody? Read that.
This Deuteronomy 23, I'm gonna start at 2. A bastard, which is Esau, should not enter into the congregation of the Lord Yahweh. Even to his 10th generation should he not enter into the congregation of the Lord Yahweh. And an Ammonite or a Moabite should not enter into the congregation of the Lord Yahweh. Even to their 10th generation should they not enter into the congregation of the Lord Yahweh forever. So you Japanese and Chinese, Ammon and Moab, y'all not going to enter into our congregation.
That's right.
Y'all don't have a part of this.
All you boots over there in Thailand.
I worked in this mall once, man, and they had you know, you had the glass doors, but then the way it was set up, they had this big clear glass, real clean and clear, right next to the doors. Man, people walked into that damn. They walked into that face first every time. That's Moab trying to get into the kingdom.
Oh, eyes all fucked up.
Right, because they, you know, especially don't let a broad be coming by. And then bam, they hit face first every time, man. All right, that's gonna be Ammon and Moab, you know, trying to come into the kingdom, man. Doors ain't gonna work for them.
Now on the flip side of that, if you see a brother, you know, preaching and he look like a Moabite or Ammonite, he's an Israelite.
Somebody
if
needs
he
to
preaching
tell-
the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, like this nigga that's gonna fight tonight, the UFC, the Chinese dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's a
That dude
Judite.
a Jake, man.
You can tell he a Judite. When Hamza choked his ass out, when they was preparing for that fight, I said, this nigga's an Israelite. He even got the size on him like a Jake. He moved his whole
Nose,
head.
he even looked like Jake.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, man, you know there was some years back when Priest Sabat was out there. I think they HOI, right? There was this Korean dude that rolled up on them, sagging.
Oh, I remember that video.
Sagging, Gucci belt,
Yeah. Yes.
hat to the side.
He had to, yeah.
And, you know, he rolled up on them, you know. And it, right.
Jake, only Jake.
And it's
Only
something that I
Jake do
say,
this
man. You can't fake Jake.
Oh no.
If you can't fake it, because if you fake it, it look like you fake it. All right?
Like that nigga on Malibu was most wanted.
Right? You look like it. Right? It's that nigga B-Rad.
Yeah,
right.
that's his name, B-Rad.
That nigga B-Rad. If you try to fake it, you're gonna look like B-Rad, man. You know, Jake has a spirit that just can't be imitated. Right? Right, you can exactly.
Often imitated,
Like
never
exactly. B-Rabbit was the real deal.
I was fucking with these.
Then with his wicked ass, that dude a nigga, man. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I can honestly say I still ain't heard nobody freestyle as long and as hard as him, man. Except maybe Wayne.
Who,
Right?
B-Rad?
Eminem.
Oh, I'm
Funny
like,
Rabbit, brother. You listen up, brother.
Yeah, I got lost in translation.
I still ain't heard nobody freestyle the way he freestyle, man. This dude will freestyle for like 10 minutes, man. That shit insane. That's how I know he got a demon on him. And guess what? Wayne got that same demon on him. No, I believe it actually is a demon, and that's his job.
Definitely.
Right, you can't see him. He right there in their ear, and they just letting that shit out.
Look, he got the rap demon on him right now. That nigga
That
was,
demon popped out.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
them dudes that be on the train,
that's that rap demon, man.
looking like they get ready to do a stomp the yard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yes. That's that damn rap beat. It's true. It's true. It's 100% true, man.
Bring that scripture out, brother Bobby Shot.
Isaiah 14, and I'm going to start at verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirs up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought.
Hey, hold on. That's why basically North Korea just said, hey, look, we're a nuclear state. What y'all gonna do about it?
Do something.
All right? North Korea was never supposed to be able to get nukes, man. But now North Korea is a nuclear power.
No.
And guess what? Once all you need is one, and now you got leverage, you got a voice. That's all it takes is to have one, because you can have 100, but I got that one. That's all it takes. And now, and I know they got more than one now, but even if they did, now they got people backing them up. Because guess what? Now Iran is a nuclear power, man. Because if they weren't, matter of fact, I believe they had them for a long time.
I think so too.
Because the Israelis, you know the way they get down, they just go and kick indoors wherever they feel like kicking indoors.
Waving the phone.
And then say, hey, my big brother, don't nobody want to fuck with their big brother. But now they looking over their shoulder, and their big brother over there getting faded.
Right.
So they ain't right. So they on their own now. So they ain't really, they ain't bucking their lips in the same manner as in the way they used to them Israelis. Basically, they bulldogging and bullying the same people, Palestinians. They ain't reaching out no more. You think they gonna try to shit with Lebanon again, or anybody else they've gotten into it with? They not. They not. And they definitely ain't gonna do shit to Iran, because they know if they do anything to Iran, they gotta deal with Russia and China.
That's right.
They don't want that smoke, man. They don't want that smoke.
Right, Russia's capability now through central Russia can hit middle America, because I believe it's like a 5,000-mile radius, and that missile goes up to 5,000 miles.
Yeah. Hey, even North Korea can hit the outskirts of America now.
They can reach it by 500 miles. You know what I'm saying? They have 500 additional miles in case they didn't want to hit middle America.
There it is, man. So, and the whole world now, if they should know about Satan 1 and Satan 2.
Oh, shit.
All right? You know?
Moab, the mother of all bombs.
Right. Now, granted, we were talking about all that before she just walked up and put the mark of death on herself. All right? That what's going on, brother?
Yeah.
The one that was the warrior that was.
The warrior bitch. Yeah. I like her too. I like most of these bitches.
And as a matter of fact, somebody get Habakkuk 2, 1 through 6 real quick. 2 and 1. You know that's the mark of Satan, right? The only time that that's referenced in the Bible is when Satan does it. Let's read it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Habakkuk 2 and 1.
No. Not Habakkuk, Joel, brother. Job.
Job, to and fro throughout the earth. To and fro, up and down.
Brother.
Job, the first chapter. Come on, man. Get with this shit, man. You got the motherfucker here.
Yeah, she don't want to hear it. See, everybody a Christian until the scriptures come out.
Get it. You're right. Get that white woman. I hope that shit on camera.
And next time, take your damn garment off.
I was gonna say. Lace your boots. Get that white woman, man. We out here for the school, man. It's enough, brothers.
Go ahead, brothers. Bring it out.
Job. Because this is a
Everybody
Catholic
got
cut. Job, the first chapter, y'all niggas ain't
This is
got
the book of Job
1
1 and 1. It says, there was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared Yahweh, and eschewed the evil. It says, and there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep.
Straight to the point, brother.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
To and fro.
I got it. It's Job 1 and 7. It says, and the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
So that's exactly what she did. She did She did that twice. She stopped there and did it. She stopped here and did it. All right. And then when the scripture was threatening to come out, she decided to take her what do you call her wedges and her sundress and walk right on up the street. All right. That's an excellent plan.
You can have it because I'm merciful.
That's definitely my flavor too.
I know it is.
Well, go ahead, brother.
It says in verse 8, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth?
There's none like him in the earth, right? Because he was an Israelite, not an Edomite. Whack ass people saying that garbage. But go to the second scripture. I mean, to the Job 2. It pretty much says the same thing.
It's Job 2:1. And Yahweh said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
Right, so that's an X. All right, that's basically the cross is an X, and if you turn the T this way, it's an X. You've been X'd out. It's a mark of death, man. That's exactly what it is. It's a mark of death, and the Romans crucified you on an X. All right. Sometimes they would turn it up like this, but they often crucified you on an X, and they showed you that in Spartacus. In Spartacus, they were a lot of them were hanging on X's. All right. And I have a dictionary Bible at home that shows you that.
Yeah.
That shows you that the X. So that's basically what the cross represents. You've been X'd out. So the Catholic Church got these people putting the mark of death on themselves, man. The mark of Satan. Yeah. And even when they turn it sideways with the little headrest, right, it's an X.
Yep.
It's an abstract X.
And then you look cool in that Catholic Church talking about, well, it's symbolic to the Lord. Well, if they murder the Lord in the apartment with a shotgun,
it ain't symbolic to the Lord at all. At all. The Lord never, there's no scripture where the Lord authorized you to do that.
none.
The devils decided to bring that into it. I wanted to bet even Constantine wicked ass. They weren't doing it. That's something that came about when these white folks, these Edomites took over the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
When they got dominion over it, they the ones started doing that shit.
Because if the Lord got killed with a fucking Glock 9, that's what you niggas would do?
You gonna wear Glock 9?
If he got killed with a hammer, that's what you niggas would do?
You gonna make the Glock 9 mark on you?
That's blasphemous as fuck, bro. That's one of the most wickedest, stupidest things you can do is wear that bullshit.
And it's not in the scriptures for you to do so. And like I said, the only time that motion is mentioned is right there in Joel, Job, the first and second chapter.
That's right.
All right, so you know, that's just pure wickedness and idolatry. All right. Go ahead, keep going, brothers. Whatever y'all got.
I was gonna cut on that.
Go ahead, brother.
Idolatry. This is Deuteronomy 4 and 15. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that Yahweh spoke unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire. Right? So when the Heavenly Father came, well, he didn't. His likeness, his spirit came down in the chariot, but it was like darkness. The clouds opened up, and it was fire. And they said when he spoke unto them, the children of Israel were scared as fuck. They said, hey, you know what, Moses? You go ahead, man. You know, lest we die. That was how horrifying it was. But what? When they heard the Heavenly Father's voice, all right, he didn't come down in a similitude of anything, man. Because what? Jacob would have made an idol and bowed down to him. This shit over with, man. That's what happened to fire truck. A fire truck party boat. And guess what? Somebody gonna rip that motherfucker out. Get drunk as hell on there and party. Like this shit is solid. I mean, it looks fun as hell. Hey, but meanwhile, come the first of this year or next year, you're gonna need a lot of them fire trucks and shit.
Hey, you gonna need that to get away from these zombies and hungry ass people out here.
Come on, man.
From the riots and shit.
Hey, people be getting hit that shit, man. But this is what's going on.
Right.
I'm gonna get that Days of Noah.
Hey, what's that
Right there, you say.
Got Old Glory on the back of that bitch.
Nigga and the nigga woman riding with Esau.
Yeah.
Esau the driver. He ain't bobbing his head or nothing.
He even a serpent,
He ain't
man.
feeling it.
This the book of Matthew.
Oh no, wait. What you got? 24? Yeah. My nigga.
I didn't know Eve was in there, but
Yeah, that was Eve in there.
I didn't know that.
She waving.
I didn't even see it.
To Sakari over there.
Oh man, dog.
Oh man. They threw.
This place is fucking good.
Wild
It'd
as
be
hell,
funny
man.
if the motherfucker crashed and set on fire and they died.
Oh yeah, man, that shit was just wild.
Set a
They,
fire
hey,
truck for a fire
but you
truck.
know it's some niggas behind that because they done lured it,
Yeah.
put
Oh,
wider,
yeah.
bigger wheels on it. They done cut it, chopped it so it's a convertible. It's got a convertible top with fucking stadium speakers on it.
Yeah. That was all the niggas' idea.
Yeah, kind, man.
They probably got a bunch of fire trucks laying around.
No, it's probably Issachar that did the work.
I'm just saying.
Wait,
No.
how we gonna make some money?
That's just so
Hey, look, man, you get
Make
Jason
this
on
shit up, man.
Chicago is a mountain of folly, man. It is a mountain of foolishness in this
No,
fucking
because
place.
I had a friend of mine, chick that I work with, her husband used to, chop. He used to work on all them lowriders and shit, and the Japanese kids would come over and buy them and ship his cars over. He would put like maybe 5 to 10 grand into a car and sell it for 30, 40 grand to these damn Japanese kids. Because he would do all that hydraulics and shit, and he would chop them and make them, and they would come buy that shit. So when you look at them videos and you see them Japanese that's rolling around with the cholo style, and a lot of them cars, he's the one that built them, man. A lot of them cars they be driving, he built a lot of them cars, man. So Jake into that kind of shit, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you got a whole Japanese Issachar culture in Japan. You got a whole subculture over there. The Chicano culture in Japan. They all walking around sagging with a do-rag in their head, buttoned up to the collar with the straight LA side cholo, man. Straight LA style. I mean, right, Issachar in Chicago don't even do that shit. That's that LA shit, man.
That's definitely that LA shit. What y'all got?
This is the book of Matthew 24:37. It says, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." It says, "For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark."
Yep, that's the destruction that's about to come, man. These people was giving in marriage, drinking, partying, turning up. Motherfuckers partying and turning up on a fire truck.
Yeah, and you know what too? The wickedness now is far surpassed the wickedness of during the time of Noah.
Man,
It's worse now because and one of the main reasons it's worse is because of these.
Yep.
All right, this allows a person to share their wickedness with the entire world, man.
Yeah.
And I'm in the entire on committee.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I just watched the video where the guy was making a comparison. He said how a dude can say one thing and get his video deleted while he live, right? But a chick, get his channel banned or whatever, and how a chick can be getting clapped live for a whole 10 minutes. And all she gets is a smack on the hand, right? Her channel don't get deleted or nothing.
And it goes to show, man, the technology too. Esau's been allowed to perfect his wickedness. Esau, he can literally make a man, right? He can take a man, chop his dick and balls off, and create a pussy. A biological man can now give birth now, man. So Esau, he has perfected his wickedness, man. That's why it's worse than the days of Noah.
Hey, you saw the video of the Val Affection rapping and shit?
Oh, it's a couple of
Man,
them.
they
Shit.
just-
Oh, I know. They coming out with a movie. How about bizarre something happened that fucked that whole thing up? A movie called Bros. Now this movie is about.
I hope it never happens.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, man. The dude who made it makes some nice little quirky, funny movies. The dude made it, who made Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I love that movie, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. But the dude who made that shit is making a movie called Bros. And I hate this fucking movie.
Yeah, you gotta hate it, man. Elder Rob would turn me on to that rapper, Don the Dog. And he one of them southern rappers, I think he out of Atlanta. And he just a whole thugged out, here's straight thugged out,
Gangsta Delicious.
Yeah, he Gangsta Delicious. I seen him do the most effeminate door kick in that you ever seen.
Oh my God.
Kicked in the door.
To the
Big ass Balenciaga.
Right.
Some nigga with big ass Balenciaga. He off the peak 30 on you.
He kicked right. Open up and peak pistols on people. Talking about how he raping straight dudes. Now you ain't straight no more.
Yo, sons of Belial, man. They out here, man.
Yeah, man, you might be right on one of them wild ass, wicked ass Benjamites, man.
Yeah.
Who the hell knows? But
oh my God.
But yeah, man, this dude called Don the Dog, man. He showed me this video. I was like, you have got to be kidding me, man. And the dude was just so effeminate, man. It was like unnecessarily effeminate.
I got one for you.
Running down the hall with a pistol.
Oh my God. Oh, you got that other one, Saucy Santana.
Oh, that
Saucy Santana.
My generation had Joel Santana and Dipset. These niggas got Saucy Santana.
Damn, we went from Dipset to
Joel Santana to Saucy Santana. I would go, you used to have Carlos Santana. Now you got Saucy Santana. I thought a whole bitch was singing that song, man. I looked this shit up. I'ma read this. This is Jeremiah 28, Jeremiah 5 and 27. It says, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxing rich. They are waxing fat. They shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge. So the scriptures say they deeds overpass the deeds of the wicked, man. You niggas worse than the fucking white man.
Oh my God.
Don't tell me you looking up Saucy
I looked and I had to see it, man.
Yeah, man.
Why does dude look like Lizzo brother?
Yes. Yes.
Like they could be doing duets or some shit.
Yeah, man.
Like they was like the Wonder fucking twins.
He like the dude you just showed me. He just a chunky version.
Yeah. Saucy Santana.
Look at this shit.
Yeah, and he from Chicago. I seen that, Mo. But guess what? All of them was at the most recent BET Awards, man. Performing.
That shit wicked as hell,
Your
man.
kids gotta see that.
Yeah. Who wants, you know,
Hey, give me that
who wants their child to click on the video when that plays, man?
Right.
Real talk, man.
That's why we gotta get the fuck out of here. That's why it don't matter how much money you got, how many hoes you fucking, how many cars you driving, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
He okay to rap and do videos like that.
Oh, all day.
But we say a cuss word, or don't even. Because I've done videos with just pure edification, no rude speech, all right? Just bringing out scriptures and history. And then they'll say, you know, hate speech or some other, it's like, I hate speech. Where you getting hate? Because we told the truth about history that you omitted, or history that I found in your books that you just happen to not teach.
I just happen to read what you wrote.
Right. But all of a
here.
sudden it's hate speech. Matter of fact, what's that scripture? That Romans.
Therefore become your enemy.
Galatians.
Galatians 3 and 16.
Get it, Papa.
I'm finish this out.
How come it wasn't hate speech on the plantation when they were using it to keep you docile and serving your master? How come it wasn't hate speech then?
Exactly. It was the law of the land. The Bible was the law of the land, but you Negroes were murdered if you was found reading. It's Jeremiah 5 and 29. I'm going to finish it out. It says, shall I not visit for these things? Said Yahweh, shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? A wonderful. It says a wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land. The prophets prophesy falsely, the priests bear rule by their means, and that's what they doing, man, in this fucking black culture. and my people love to have it so. And what will ye do in the end thereof? The Most High is about to rip you niggas apart for that stupid ass shit, man.
And we can't wait, all right? Because come January,
I've been talking about it all day.
basically one of the things that I heard that they said was that a person can come on your property or into your residence and they can't do anything to him except give him a ticket.
Yeah.
All right?
A lot of niggas ready to catch these tickets, man.
But this is Isaiah 29:21. They make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside, adjusting for a thing of naught. So exactly, they'll turn aside actual scripture, they'll turn aside actual history. Actual scripture and history, all right, that lines up for something of naught, man, for something wicked, man.
That's what that damn white woman just did.
And delete your video, you know, on your channel. Or take the sound off the video. That's the new thing now. You know, Benji had a video, and I'm clicking on it, and I'm thinking I'm trying to check the volume, and it turned out they killed the sound on this video. All right, and so that's the new thing now. When the video, they'll leave the video up, just kill the sound. You know? Get that Galatians.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
They hate him that rebuketh in the gate. They abhor him that speaketh upright.
Right. You tell the truth. Now they send a SWAT to your house. Hut. Reaching in your doors. Right.
Just don't send the nigga with the pink block.
Don't leave.
Right.
Don't send that nigga. If I go out, let me go out by at least some big 6'4" white motherfuckers or something, man. Or some Jake, some cool ass Jake with no beard, bald head nigga roughing me up in my sleep. Don't send that old soft ass nigga to get me, man. I'm gonna be mad as hell on that concentration camp.
Saul was like, hey man, go take me out before these Philistines abuse me, man.
Yeah.
Hey man, cause them Philistines, man, they was gay as hell, man.
They wicked, man.
They was wicked as hell.
They freaky, man.
They do all type of shit to your corpse, man.
Hey, even when Saul was dead, I think it's the Warriors, man, that said the men of Jabesh, hey man, they risked their lives just to get his dead body. Just so them Philistines wouldn't make a mockery out of King Saul and Jonathan, man. They went back to get the fucking body.
Yeah, they went back to get his body, man.
They wasn't playing that shit. They was real about that shit.
And them some real men, man.
That's one of my favorite stories.
And those are the type of men that the Lord is looking for. And that's the type of man that I strive to be.
That's right.
Right. And every brother needs to be in that mindset.
Yeah. They was defeated. The king was dead. They said, man, well, look, fuck all that. We still, but after these niggas just whooped them, they said, no, we finna go back and get that body or we gonna die trying to do it. They not finna tell this story that these soft ass niggas did this, that, and the third. No,
yeah,
fuck
that's
that.
right. I got a book at home that was talking about the Grecians and the Romans. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna break that book out and do it a lesson on it. It's been about 7-8 years. I'm gonna break that book out again and do a lesson on it. But there's a part in it that talks about the Greeks and Sodom and how the Greeks and their bloodlust would literally rape dying men on the battlefield.
Yeah.
So these
I remember that.
These niggas will run you through and then start ragging.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, can I just die?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, man.
Yeah, they'll stab a man, and as he's dying, they'll take his garments off and start raping him. You know?
It's brutal, man.
So this was Grecians, man. So there's some sick heathens out here, man.
And that spirit.
And that spirit is gonna be let loose in America soon.
It's gonna get let loose, man.
Cause they saying, any brother wanna go in and expound on that whole January thing.
I'm gonna bring this out first. I want to go ahead. What you got?
Jeremiah 44:9.
Put yourself on camera. Go ahead.
Have ye forgotten the wickedness of your fathers, and the wickedness of the kings of Judah, and the wickedness of their wives, and your own wickedness, and the wickedness of your wives, which they have committed in the land of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem?
That's right, and a lot of dudes commit wickedness too, and just because they fucking baby mamas and shit, man. Committing that idolatry. Niggas celebrating Mother's Day. Get your soft ass out of here. Hey, the scripture said, let not thy brother nor friend, wife nor son have power over you while you live.
Hey, you celebrate Mother's Day and she just was lying with another man while you was at work.
Right. With that old demon on you.
Your baby not even through breastfeeding yet, and she already succeeding in somebody else.
God damn, man. I always love my mama.
Yep.
Man, my mama was wicked as hell. I got this scripture just because we was talking. My mom, I said, man, I liked it my mother's husband just on how wicked the bitch was. This is First Chronicles 10. I said, man, that shit crazy. First Chronicles 10 and verse 11. It's a matter of fact, I'm gonna read 10. This is First Chronicles 10 and 10. It says, and they put his armor in the house of their gods, talking about King Saul, and fastened his head in the temple of Dagon. And when all Jabesh Gilead heard that all the Philistines had done to Saul, they arose, all the valiant men, and took away the body of Saul and the bodies of his sons, and brought them to Jabesh, and buried their bones under the oak tree in Jabesh, and fasted 7 days. So Saul died for his transgression which he committed against Yahweh, even against the word of Yahweh which he kept not. And as for action of the council of that one familiar spirit to inquire of it, and inquire not of the Lord, therefore he slew him, and the kingdom turned unto David, the son of Jesse.
Right, and that
was mighty men, man.
That's a mighty ass scene, man. Yeah. You know, if you could picture what was happening.
Right.
Them storming their stronghold.
Come on, man.
To get those bodies back, man. You know, and even though they were wicked, they were still our people and our king, and it was going to be a blow against all of Israel.
Yeah, we
they said, so you're not going to be able. The story you're going to be able to tell is how we came in here, whooped your ass in your house.
That's right.
And took our people back.
That's right.
Now those men who went and did that may be mighty men of the elect. You know, even though Saul was, being wicked. That was righteous men, man. Like that soft ass story. Look, y'all ain't gonna tell this bitch ass shit. Right. This is how it's gonna happen.
Get that glory.
Soft
the house
ass
of Saul shit. A lot of them capitulated to the house of David.
Exactly.
Through Abner, and then they killed Abner.
Yeah.
The house of Saul.
Yep, that's a good point.
I think that was Joab and his brother that killed Abner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was Cause he had killed their younger brother.
Yeah,
but he told him.
Yeah,
they killed their other brother because he told him. He said, stop chasing him. And Abner said, I gotta kill him. He wasn't gonna let him kill him. He told him stop chasing him. Shit.
No, I just did a video on that because Chicago is about to be the new Gotham City.
Yep.
And I'll be banged.
And then you know what? Through the spirit, where was the Dark Knight shot? Here in Chicago. So you know this place about to turn up, right? This place about to turn into total chaos. Somebody already read the second entrance.
I got the Psalms 91 still.
Second entrance.
And that was the best to this day. That was the best Batman movie.
What you mean, Batman Forever?
The one that was shot here with Heath Ledger.
Dark Knight,
Yeah, the Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Second entrance, 15 and 14. Woe to the world. Wait. Start at 1. Time. Start at 1. Second entrance.
As a matter of fact, hold that. Somebody go to second entrance 9, then go right to the one.
I got it right here. This second entrance, 9 and 1.
We're like 5 or 6.
God, he answered me then and said, measure down the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there be seen earthquakes and uproar of the people in the world,
and all this happening worldwide. Go ahead.
Then should thou well understand that the Most High spoke of those things from the day that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and the end is manifest.
Yeah, it is.
The end is being manifest here, man. So destruction is coming. Matter of fact, I can read 6 as well. Even so, the time also of the highest have planted, beginning in wanderings and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. His effects and signs is coming, man. It's straight destruction. You seeing all the signs of Yahweh Shem Yahushua coming here to destroy this place. You seeing like you said, the earthquakes, the upward of the people. You seeing these people going crazy. You seeing these police officers getting upset. That's not to be.
A lot of them are quitting. And a lot of them are afraid, and most of them are saying, you know, that it ain't worth doing the job no more. And then they showing you, and then they lowered their standards big time to join them. And the numbers are down. And then the majority of people that are being hired are women. Mostly nigga women.
And they 2 feet tall. Little as hell.
And then I'll be looking at, for the last 5 years, I've been looking at the fucking police like, look, man, if I run, you can't catch me. And if you do catch me, what the fuck you gonna do with me?
Well, wait a minute. They can't even chase you anymore. Right. That's the new law. They can't pursue you, even if you did run. And like the Merc was saying, man, I was in that Chick-fil-A over on that Chicago Avenue, man.
Beat her down, beat you.
I saw 2 female police officers. One was this tall, the other was this tall. I shit you not. I shit you not. And then a white shirt came in. There was another black woman. She was like this tall. So like, what the fuck y'all gonna do? And then they so short on police officers. Somebody can be getting their ass beat, stomped out right now. It will take 20 to 30 minutes for the unit to show up. And that's anywhere in the downtown area. And that's even worse for the outskirts.
If they don't happen to be right there where it's happening,
you cooked. You cooked. So and that's right now. So how much more when this 1st of January come out?
And they're trying to cover, there's a K9 unit right there, these private security. But man, hey, look, their job, regardless of what you think, whether they got a dog or not, their job is to observe and report.
That's it.
Observe and doing shit for your ass. You about to get your ass smoked out.
Right, he gonna give you, hey, yeah, he getting caught with left hooks. Right now he getting caught with rights. Oh shit, he went down. Oh shit, he gets stomped out. He observing and reporting. Oh, they running his pockets.
Oh shit.
Right.
They shot his ass up at the end.
That's right.
You know?
Oh man, hey, in World Star, man, you see in every other video, it's a woman by herself getting assaulted, man.
Yeah.
I was just like,
and there's plenty of videos on TikTok where women are scared as fuck giving warnings.
Oh yeah.
You know, telling you know what to. As a matter of fact, I just watched a video where you had like 5 people in a grocery store, and so when a woman is pushing, when you got a woman that stops her cart, and then you have an old woman come start talking to her. You got a lady that comes with her baby cart with a baby in it that blocks that sight. A guy that walks by and snatches her shit, and they working like teams, like 5 or 6 people, and you know, and that's what they doing, man. All right, and so pretty soon though, they just gonna be brazen, and they gonna be like Big Brody outside.
Yep.
Wait, as soon as you go to put your groceries in your car, your vehicle, jackpot.
Yep.
That nigga gonna have a bald head.
Hey, they also got a thing in Evanston where they're trying to fight the habit where women can walk around with no bra and shirt.
Good. Oh, you want a topless beach?
Yeah.
Yeah, they want a topless.
Oh, they got a topless beach up north.
They're trying to get one in Evanston.
Yep, in Evanston.
A topless beach.
On top of the January 1st.
That's gonna cause a lot of. That's gonna be a lot of assaults and shit like that.
Yeah.
Rapes. It's gonna be a lot of rapes.
Buns, a lot of those.
It's gonna be good. That's gonna be good for him, man. Hey man, you throw a piece of steak in front of a ravenous wolf, man. What you expect gonna happen, man?
Yeah, you're gonna get, and then they already getting letting up. It's perfect timing.
Oh yeah.
All these guys are getting let out of prison and not going to prison for all these going to jail for these violent criminals, and now just getting sent home. They're not arresting them. I mean, they're arresting them and then sending them right back home. Right. You got a guy that's raping, robbing, and murdering, and he's a rapist, and you got women walking around topless.
Yep.
What you expect to happen?
You gonna say free
Oh
game?
shit, now that you said that, over east when I was doing Uber, picking up an order. This girl literally had just some fishnets on, no panties on, nothing. Just ass and pussy out.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's literally out.
Right. You gotta be careful. A lot of them hoes like that be having AIDS and herpes. They want to get
Well,
away.
that's okay. I mean, the niggas rape just gonna get diseased up and spread it anymore.
Yeah, he ain't gonna care.
He gonna spread it more when he rape other bitches.
Yep.
I got
You know?
I got something.
Go ahead, brother. Then bring that article out, brother.
It's the book of Micah 7:10. It says, Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, will said unto me, Where is the Lord thy power? My eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
Yep.
You know, a lot of these women out here, you know, a lot of these women single, they don't got no man in the household. So a lot of these women is gonna be, you know, out here for the dog.
They gonna get beat down in the street. They gonna get their equal rights with those rights.
Hey, I saw it on the World Star, man.
More, please.
The lady, she coming in her apartment building. She goes through the door. She waiting on the elevator. The elevator opens up. As she walking in, this fucking bug out psycho, he run through. He see the bitch in the elevator. He do like this. The elevator door open back up. He just run in there. Mac, kicking the bitch.
Claim both of them.
Did like this. Let the elevator open again. Mac. Then just walked out.
Oh, no.
For no reason.
No, my man in New York, the bitch just sitting down, making her way downtown, walking fast, just sitting on the train. My man takes some shit out his ass and just slap the bitch in the face, man.
Wait, hold on.
Just slap the bitch in the face, man.
Ain't that some shit?
Take some shit out his ass and try to slap his shit. Come on, man.
So this nigga shit on himself just so he can smack her in the face with it.
Premeditated.
Yeah.
That's not some shit.
So he said, oh, she the one. Bam.
Slap the bitch.
That's some
She
shit.
sitting down right in the face.
Damn.
See that right?
Damn, I think the beatdown the lumps might have been better than that.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. What hell yeah. I'm sure that ain't our first time getting ass beat. That is your black one.
That nigga eat pork every morning, man. Put that shit.
You know that shit. Corn. Wasn't shit in there but corn. I don't remember you no corn.
Damn, that's beyond
GMS.
I might have to kill him, man.
Man, that nigga gotta die. That shit make his head man.
And then, like we were saying,
I forgot all
this shit right here. This shit right here.
Cameraman.
This shit right here.
Let me get by.
That's gonna be a death squad.
Yep.
Hey, you already had one just like them, the damn booty bandit. The dude that was riding by one of them unicycles, filling bitches, he was riding by. Grabbing ass, and then speeding off. Real talk, man. He did this shit for like a month. He was riding by, squeezing asses. This little fucking perv. They caught it, and he's a fucking escalate too. They caught his ass, man. They found it. As a matter of fact, they got footage from because he would go to Navy Pier, get them tourists and shit.
That's prime.
And so finally, somebody, the security cameras got him when he took his helmet off because he always wore a helmet, so they could never see his face. So this nigga would ride up real slow.
Right, man.
Fucking perv.
Jaime the pervert, man.
Right, and they finally caught his ass, man.
That shit crazy.
Hey, you know what, man? I'd be mad as hell, man. My woman come home, told me some dude on the damn
I'm
motorcycle.
so mad, bro.
Felt up and then sped off.
Right. Yeah. Couldn't do nothing about it.
He ain't dropped $500.
Bring it out, brother.
Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughter.
God damn this.
Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
Y'all want to gather wrong,
And the gathering not coming.
Hey, y'all about to get your ass got, man.
And like you was talking about the trucking, my stepdaughter dad, he owned the business. He out of work now. Because they said that everything what they moved is done. They don't have no work.
Damn.
So he had to look for another job, man.
Damn.
So all of his workers he was paying, they broke. They ain't got no money, so they fucked up. And so he got to do maneuver and do other shit. That shit is over with, man. All of this you know, things that's coming in. So that Gatorade is not coming to you bitches no more. You know?
Oh yeah, and matter of fact, they already said that all these benefits that the people are getting from the system is gonna be cut off, and there ain't gonna be no warning to it either. They just all of it's gonna get cut off, man. That too. All right, well, go ahead, bring that out, brother. What you been holding?
It says Illinois non-detainable offenses.
Let's go.
January 1st, 2023. Aggravated battery.
Hey, be getting your ass beat.
Yep.
Okay, so you can get your ass whooped. Go ahead.
It says aggravated DUI.
Hey, so you can be drunk and belligerent. Go ahead.
Aggravated fleeing.
Right. Fuck you.
You can drive away from the cops.
Go on. Go ahead.
Arson.
Setting shit on fire. Woo. Go ahead.
Burglary.
Huh? What it say?
Burglary.
Burglary. So the kick though.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Drug-induced homicide.
So shit, motherfucker can. Hey.
So if I'm drunk and I run somebody over, so well.
Second-degree murder.
Intimidation.
Being a bully. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that basically comes along with strong arm robbery. All right. If I walk up on somebody, give me your shit.
Right.
Right. And they, all right, don't hit me.
Right.
And they, that's intimidation.
Right.
Kidnapping.
Kidnapping.
Oh.
Taking a motherfucker against their will. You know?
Hey, I just saw the video where the dude walked up to the Instagram chick and he offered to buy her child first. He offered her, it happened on Fullerton, like 51 West Fullerton. He offered her aid, and basically, I did a meme on it. Hey, can I buy your kid? Basically, he offered her money for a daughter. She was like, you must be crazy. And when she said no, then he tried to snatch her. Broad fucking daylight, man. All this shit got caught on the gas station camera. All right? He walked up on this woman and basically offered her money for a child. And when the woman looked at him like he was nuts, he said, hell no. He tried to snatch the little girl, man.
Toxic masculinity would have saved you.
Yeah, this is true.
That's crazy,
Robbery.
Robbery. Self-explanatory.
Oh, second-degree murder.
Second-degree murder.
Which means it's not even premeditated. It's intentional.
So I never understood, like exactly.
First degree, third
like right. What's the difference between I murdered you in the first degree and I murdered you in the second degree? Nigga, I murdered you.
A way to get less time, but the motherfucker still dead.
Right, I mean, it's bullshit, but whatever.
Because you could be an accessory to murder and get time.
Right. Now, if it's accidental death, that shouldn't be murder at all. So, but how the hell you gonna get second? Well, I stabbed him 10 times and he died. Or I stabbed him once and he died.
Right.
So the dude that stabbed him 10 times got first, and the dude that stabbed him once got second. Is that?
That's crazy.
And maybe the dude that stabbed him once was a professional. He knew when to hit him and hit him one time.
Right.
Talk shit to him in his ear, pulled out, walked away. Told him die slow, niggas.
Right.
So basically, they could beat your ass, rob your ass, set your house on fire, kill you, kidnap whoever.
Oh, don't forget trespassing.
Oh yeah,
They can come onto your property or your dwelling. A lot of homeowners and property owners about to get fucked over.
Oh yeah.
All right, a lot because people just gonna stop paying. They gonna stop paying rent. They gonna stop paying anything, man. And you're gonna be trying to get them off of your property. Ain't nothing you can do about it. All right. So with these laws, they want this chaos.
Yes.
If you can't see that this is being orchestrated, man.
Yes.
Go ahead, brother.
And then it says threatening a public official.
Right. So Larry, hey.
Your soft ass done.
Larry,
you wanted to be a man.
Right.
You gonna have to man up.
Right.
Yep, she gonna get some equal lefts with those rights.
Right.
Oh, her and whatever the fuck. I don't know. Was she the man or the bitch in the game?
I don't know. She can strap on or strap me. I don't know.
Is she batting or catching? Who knows?
Hey, somebody can rock right up to Larry, and the Italians got it out for you for that shit you said. She said my dick is bigger than the Italians. Larry,
wow.
When she said that shit, I forgot why she had said it. Oh, about tearing down the Columbus statue.
Yeah.
She was like,
well, let me tell you something. For any of you Italians that may be watching, Columbus was Spanish. He wasn't even Italian.
Yep.
You're a dumbass.
Dummy. Goofy
Christopher Columbus, Cristobal Colon, was a Spanish crypto Jew. All right, he was not Italian. So you learn some history, man. Yeah. They proud for fucking nothing.
Exactly.
Right, and why would you be proud of a man that murdered, whose whole legacy is the rape, rob, and murder of underage children, right? Men, women, and children, man.
And unarmed men.
Right, and numbering in the millions, man. Right. Why would you even? As a matter of fact, who the fuck would put a statue of a person like that up?
Edomite.
Another coward. Yeah,
you know, matter of fact, what's that?
Who made a damn?
Habakkuk, no, the wrong judgment going forth, right? 4, 6, I believe. Therefore, wrong judgment going forth. Who would pass a law, you know, to allow something like that to be built anyway? You think that if they were smart, they would have tried to bury and hide that history?
This Habakkuk 1 and 4. Therefore, the law is slack, and judgment does never go forth. For the wicked does compass about the righteous. Oh, I thought
something about wrong judgment.
Yeah.
You didn't read that part. You said judgment. Just read it again, brother.
All right, select it. Habakkuk 1 and 4. Therefore, law is slack, and judgment does never go forth. For the wicked does compass about the righteous. Therefore, wrong judgment proceeded.
Select. Yeah, wrong judgment proceeded. You on point, brother. Yeah. Wrong judgment proceedeth, man. So anyone who would pass a law to put up the statue and idolize a murderer, you know what? That sounds like the same person that would put up a law who would omit and bypass the Constitution and all your civil rights to enforce taking money out of your check against your will every week or every month. Yeah. All right, sounds like the same person who would do something like that. Who would fraudulently set up a system to where they could criminalize you and take all your money, and then say that the money is for a child, and it's not even for a child. Right. It's for the state treasury, and it is being shared by all the people who are involved in private accounts overseas. Just saying.
Reward. I call it the
a lot of those accounts are in the islands too, by the way. A lot of those island banks. Which you know, a lot of them island banks are controlled by the British Crown, man. Yeah. And so, and the same people that are doing that are ducking, dodging, paying taxes on all that child support. Did I say it? On all that money that they collecting for the state treasury. All right.
It shows you that in that movie with The Rock and the nigga who played Papa Doc and Mark Wahlberg, the true story about the bodybuilders who kidnapped that Amalekites, Pain and Gain. When Mark Wahlberg was training the nigga, he was trying to finesse him, but he was like, man, what the fuck you do with all that money? Because he was snaking him. He was like, yeah, man. And the real dude in real life was a finesse-ite. You know, and he was like, what you do? He like, I don't put that shit in banks. All of it is offshore. And then at the end, when he tried to run off with the money, he got on that boat and drove his ass to that bank. When he had his money, yeah, they showed you that in that movie. And that dude was a fucking Amalekite, man, doing all type of wicked ass shit. Hey, you know they was niggas because they first schemed to get at first they just wanted to do it guerrilla style and just go in the nigga house and get down on them. They in the bushes and shit. The nigga The Rock said, oh no, we can't do it today. He's keeping the Shabbat. And he said the Shabbat. He said it just like that. And then the big boy, what the fuck, man? Let's get him. He's like, no, I'm not gonna do it on the Shabbat. That's how you know them niggas. They was wicked as hell, man.
Hey, man, The Rock was wicked as hell.
Kidnapped. You been kidnapped. They tortured and they beat the shit out of this nigga for money. And this is a true story. They made it a dark comedy, and the dude family members, the Amalekite family members, of course they was offended at that, but I don't give a fuck. But that shit funny as
just
hell.
made a dark comedy out of it.
Yeah, but these niggas said it was a Shabbat. We can't do it now. But they show you how them Amalekites do that shit with all that wicked ass shit they do in America, and they send that money to them offshore bank accounts, man.
To avoid taxes.
Yep.
That's how you avoid taxes.
He explained that. He like, they ain't get my shit.
Exactly. Because taxation without representation
and
is
the fact
fraud.
you got a government that allows them to do it because the people who tax them are also Amalekites.
Exactly.
And I'm sure that they're giving them a little piece of the pie too. This is how it works.
That shit is wicked as fuck, man. You know, at least in our kingdom, it's gonna be in righteousness.
Yeah.
You gonna know where your money. You gonna see where your money going, man. All right. Our kingdom is gonna be illustrious.
Because in this kingdom, people oppress their own people, man. The Chinese oppress the shit out their own people. They always have. Right? You know, I mean, even here in America, like I'm saying, watching that show, The Warrior, and watching all these movies, you always got, you know, you got the two factions. What you got, the Tongs and the Triads, and all they do is prostitute and sex traffic their own people, drug, and have their women in brothels and shit. You know, low key, you got brothels here in America, posing all over Chicago, posing as massage parlors. And most of the women in there are Moab, and you got all them damn Moabites that hang out in these places. All right, but they the ones that's pimping these women. All right, and they rotate these girls from spot to spot. You know, so this shit is real, man. This is what they're doing, and they're not the only ones do it. Them Eastern Europeans do it. You seen all the damn Taken movies? Yeah. You know, Albanians, and all they do is prey on their own people, man. So how could this be the kingdom? So this is into the kingdom of the world, because going back to how we started, there's no way that the Amalekites could be the people of the Lord, because all these things that are going on, man. That's right. Not only are you being oppressed by the basis of men worldwide, but people are actually being oppressed by their own people, by their own governments, man. And you know, and Moab, well, matter of fact, that's probably why Moab's so fucking bugged out and constantly eating things they have no business eating, because they ain't really getting no food to them. So they eat nothing but bugs and shit. That was a thick ass Moabite. But they get nothing but you know, but bugs and shit, and I guess there's an abundance of unclean animals, so they just make them meals, man. Rats and mice and shit. Rats. It's anything that crawl or fly is game for them. Yeah. Yep. Shit, if that shit fit in the pot, we cooking it. Yeah, man. That shit fit on a piece of bread, we cooking it.
I saw a motherfucker eating a monkey brain soup.
Yeah.
What the entire fuck, man? Wow.
Shit, sometimes they tie the monkey hands and feet up while it's still alive, and they crack the skull open, and of course now it's bleeding out. Now you got these fucking Moabites chunking at the brain, man.
You know they.
I don't even want to say that, but
that is beyond cruel. And it's very wicked. And you know what? Some Elamites do that shit too. Yeah. If you remember that one of those Temple of Doom movies, one of those Indiana Jones movies, there was a scene where they brought them monkey brains, and they were pulling they had the skulls, and all of them had been cut. And they brought it to the table, and they pulled maybe it was a Temple of Doom. And then they brought them soup, and it was all goat eyeballs. Wow. Now a goat is a lawful animal. Who the fuck eats eyeballs? Now how many goats you gotta kill to make enough for eyeball soup? Where you just get a spoonful of eyeballs every time you. That's some wild shit. How many goats gotta die for that, man? That's wicked as fuck, man.
Overkilling goats.
This is why you need Israel and rulership.
Exactly.
This is why you need Israel and rulership. Then they got because I used to be in the furniture industry. Yeah, I done did a lot of shit. That's why I never worked a job a day in my fucking life. Again, Lord willing. But yeah, these motherfuckers, man. I was dealing with this Abraham, and he was telling me how nobody really want to go over here to China. Me and this nigga used to deliver furniture. So he said he went over there for like 3 weeks to get a big shipment for these Abraham, these millionaires, man, millionaires. He said, I didn't eat shit but rice for 3 weeks. He said, these motherfuckers over there. He said, if it breathes, they eat it, man. They be having place alliance. He the one who laced me on the monkey brain shit. He said, if it moved, they eat it while it's still moving. He was like, these like regular restaurants, like you go into a restaurant, it's the shit. He said, you just walk in and shit this on the plate. They weird, man.
They caught me, Joe.
Yeah. Exactly.
It wasn't fast enough.
Right. They break the little legs and shit. Bop.
God damn.
Bop. To get to eat. Oh, this damn Moabites wicked, man.
That's why you gotta get the
They gotta go, man.
What they say, the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel, man. Yeah, that this shit's cruel, man. That's why you heathen, you gotta be presided over, man.
He
All right?
rule this shit, man.
Hey, this is Isaiah 2 and 3. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh to teach the house of the God of Jacob, to the house of the God of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. So out of Zion, man, it's going to go the law. And that's going to cover the whole earth, man. That's why the whole earth is going to have peace. That's why the animals are going to flourish. You know? The scripture saying Isaiah 60, the tiger is going to lay down with the lamb. There shall be no more violence. It said they shall kill nor eat my holy mountain anymore. This is madness, man. Hey, in Romans, the whole creation groaneth and waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, you need that. You need that now, man. The whole fucking earth is crying out.
He says, I'm just reading the scripture he quoted. It says, it's Proverbs 12 and 10. It says, a righteous man, this is scripture he quoted, a righteous man regarded the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
Cool as fuck, man. That's cool, man. That shit, the Merc just explained, man, and it's more wild shit than that goes on, man. You know? Hey, it's getting so wicked. Hey, these people, like him, he gonna be eating babies.
American government is sanctioning eating human
Yeah,
flesh.
they're gonna be eating what?
Right,
Cannibalism is coming back in big fashion.
So, you know, I'm telling you, it's getting ready to be escape from LA in a minute.
Yeah.
What that nigga Kurt Russell? Wasn't that Kurt Russell?
Right, you had Escape from New York and Escape from LA.
I remember that movie, man.
It's getting ready to be Escape from LA in a minute because, you know, because Snake Plissken, that was his name.
Yeah.
Nigga named Snake.
Snake.
All right?
Wow, man. That's what's getting ready to be,
But
man.
you know what is funny? Because, you know, movies like that, because I think the first one came out in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Escape from New York. No, it was earlier than that. Escape from LA came out in the 90s. So Escape from New York came out, and Isaac Hayes' bald-head ass was in it.
That wicked ass
All
nigga.
right. He was kind of young then too. Right. So yeah, that had to be the early 80s. And it shows you what a post-apocalyptic. They just turned New York into a prison. Or Manhattan, the island of Manhattan, they built just like in that movie Doomsday. If you've never seen it, you need to check out Doomsday, man. Basically, they did the same thing in Scotland. They built up like 50-foot walls, you know, like how like that. They put machine guns on it to keep people out, people in. So if you approach that wall, they had the turrets on it. Right, motion detectors. So if they detect motion, they just turn and light that shit up. All right, but you know, it just goes to show you these societies have failed. All right, all those societies failed. All right, and Escape from New York, Escape from LA, and Doomsday, all the societies have failed, and they walled off, you know, areas to keep people in, man. All right, and California, I don't know which one is gonna fall first. If it's gonna be Illinois or California, I just knew it was gonna be California, but the way things are looking, you know, but they facing the blackouts within a week or so. It's coming up soon, and they also facing no deliveries for food. So I think California is about to get it first, and then with no water being distributed to the valley where all the farms are, which is where the majority of Issacharites are. Because you got Issachar over the whole state.
And they letting the migrants in.
All right, you got Issacharites in the whole state, you know, and Northern Kingdom in general. It's mostly Issachar on the West Coast, and you can go right from California. You can drive right into Mexico just like that. You got Baja and Tijuana right on the border. You know, and then the violence that's going on in Mexico. That cartel and gang shit is out of fucking control. And they murking the shit out of Edomites that keep coming down there.
Exactly.
So it's shit is getting wild, man.
He's such a fucking hypocrite because he vilified the Issacharites for coming to America for a better life.
Now these Edomites are
they're going to fucking Mexico.
Yep, to get a better life.
To get a better life.
Exactly.
Get a better
But they ain't right. But you know what though? the welcoming party just ain't welcoming them, right?
That's right.
Yeah, they ain't
That's
welcoming the gringos getting the blanket party for a welcome.
That's right.
For a welcome party.
They causing their rent in Mexico to go up. So what these Edomites
Food
did,
prices too.
Exactly.
They causing everything to go up, and so the Israelites are getting mad and starting to lash out at them. Like gringo, go home. You want to lock us up, call us aliens and shit.
Right.
Hey, look, man, you say what the fuck you want to say. California belongs to Mexico.
It's called California. That's Spanish as fuck, man. You know? But yeah, the gringos with the tech shit, they can work remote. They can work anywhere. So they gonna get a California salary, but be living in Mexico City. So they making their dollars stretch. You know what I mean? So they living deliciously over there in that Mexico.
Fucking up
and it's fucking up the shit over there. You know, so now, like the elder was saying, the price of living is going up, the cost of living is going up, the food is going up. So the Miscarites, they looking like, man, well, you the problem. So now they finna start, hey, they
already
to go
started.
upside their damn
They
head.
already started. It's already going down, man. Edomites getting the flu-flops put on on a regular basis in Mexico now.
That's right.
Right? They getting jacked, they getting home invaded, all that shit.
All that shit.
They got I saw a video. They got cartel in the car just rolling inside of America, on the highways of Arizona, on the highways of Texas. Just a cartel, just in trucks with guns out.
Damn.
50 cows in the window, pistols in the cup holders, just rolling down the highways of Texas, Arizona. All Mexican cartel.
And they're just controlled opposition. That's all they are. All right, when you go higher up, Esau, CIA, they just using them to get the drug money in.
You know the cartel niggas in the train when I was chopping it up with him in the truck?
Yes.
That nigga had that shit, boy.
Yes.
I leaped in the truck. I'm just hollering at these niggas like regular niggas. That nigga.
I said,
I'm just in the truck chopping it up. You know I'm the murderer. I don't get no fuck.
I said, man, them niggas cartel.
Man,
that back window rolled down slow as fuck. He looked at me. I looked at him. He was like, I was just like, roll the window back up, man.
You know, I'm going to the talk.
And then you look at the license plate. The license plate said Texas.
Texas. They
I knew what it
on
was.
this bitch.
I knew what it was, man. Yeah.
Trucks.
They out here, man.
I told them niggas they better be up here to get some white women. The niggas started grinning. That's all laughing. He's like, yeah, man, we kings. We Latin kings. I said we kings because we Israelites. And we brothers. And he said, man, we Latin kings, man. I said, you better get the motherfucking white woman. The nigga just started laughing and shit and they pulled off. Big ass guns in this motherfucker, man. I'm dead serious. We was right here, man.
Right here in the triangle.
That shit was wild as fuck. The cartel pulled up right up on us, chopped it up, rolled off. That shit was real.
They be spirits created for vengeance.
Man, they ran into the prophets.
You already know what they gonna do. You know what they've already done.
Right. All right, of course. Hey, I ran into one of these.
So if they'll do that to their own people, what the hell you think they're gonna do to these heathens when that spirit get on, man? When it's Jake against everybody else, because that's coming, man.
That's right.
Right, and the scriptures clearly say it's gonna start off with Judah.
Yeah.
All right. As a matter of fact, we'll close with that.
Yeah.
Get that. Judah shall be among the heathen.
Oh, Micah 5.
Micah shall.
That Micah, yeah.
Because when Judah turn up, guess what? Northern Kingdom gonna turn up right with it.
Hey, them cartel niggas,
Matter
they
of
be
fact,
smooth, man.
Matter of fact, man, I remember when I was a bouncer, man, I had a homie work with me in Ephraim, little dude named Johnny. He was a little dude, man. He was a bouncer with me, man. And he wasn't no big ass dude. He was a little dude. But I guarantee you, every time I got into a brawl, which was almost every week, man, those first couple months we opened up. Who had my back? All them big ass dudes, them big gigantic dudes. The first one that was always there was my man Johnny, man. Every damn time, I can guarantee you. I'm brawling, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here come Johnny with some crazy ass flying kick and shit. He would always come from the side and steal on somebody, man. Nobody would see him. They would discount him because he was little, man. All right. But
yeah,
you know, hey, Judah and Ephraim roll hard together when they roll, man. You got it?
It's in Micah.
And say Jacob. You
Look,
the one that say Jacob
should be in the midst of them like a lion.
Yeah,
it's only
there you
one.
go.
It's young lion.
Micah 5 and 7.
Yeah,
That's even better. It's just Jacob. It's talking about all of us. Go ahead, brother.
Micah 5 and 7. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as a dew from the Lord Yahweh, as the showers upon the grass that tarrieth not for man.
Right, so you know how it be dew on the grass in the morning? You know? It be dew on the grass. You can't walk across that grass without getting your feet wet, man. So, hey, so it says Jacob. All right, so Pilsen gonna be turning up. Inglewood gonna be turning up. Humboldt Park gonna be turning up. Wherever Jake is, man, the gardens.
To the Hyde Park.
Yeah. Oh, Hyde Park gonna get swarmed from every direction.
Yeah. Oh, they through in Hyde Park.
Yeah, they gonna get swarmed from every direction, man.
They are finished in Hyde Park. They're gonna try to hide.
It reminded me of LA riots. You had Issachar, you had Judah, you know, basically pull Edomites out their truck and start stuffing.
Yeah. They, matter of fact, Judah and Issachar was going at it with Moab too. Go ahead, brother.
Nor waiteth for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver.
Hey, so ain't nobody delivering when that day comes, man. Yeah, when the Lord finally put that spirit on Jacob, my mother left this world, that was one of her sayings. She used to always say that one day they gonna learn to turn their guns on.
Right.
She would say that all the time.
Yeah.
She used to say that, man.
That time coming now.
Right, and we living in that time now, man.
That's
hey,
right.
So with that, man, we gonna give all praises, all honor and glory unto
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakodash.
What above the ball.
Above the ball.